This book, The First 5 Years, has 3 main characters. The first is my father, Trevor Outram. Now, a few years ago, my dad wrote his memoirs. He wrote about the first 5 years when we left England and immigrated to Australia and went to a tiny little town 1,200 miles or 1,600 kilometres above Perth called Port Hedland. Now, reading his memoirs was an absolute revelation to me as I realised that even though we'd both been in the same place, experienced, the same town, the same journey, we had 2 very different perspectives on what that was. His experience was completely different to mine. And I later discovered that my mother's experience was different and my sister's totally. So the second character is myself as an 8-year-old boy. And I've woven my recollections as a young boy into my father's story. So there's this lovely interplay, this broadness that's explained by 2 people having the same experience in the same place. It works really well. And the third character is the town of Port Hedland in Western Australia. This is the place that we emigrated to. And in 1965, Port Hedland was a very tiny, remote Western Australian town, 1,200 miles, some 1,600 kilometres north of Perth. There was no fresh milk, no radio, no television. It was remote, dry, had cyclones, searing temperatures, and considering that we'd come from lush England, it was quite a shock to the system to suddenly have this change of environment and change of place. Now, Port Hedland was just beginning to boom as a town with a great port exporting iron ore from the Pilbara region. So there's this combination of young family creating a new life in a town that's just beginning to develop, where there's a lot of money being spent, a lot of development going on, expansions to the port. It's quite an extraordinary story. My dad said in his memoirs that there was no family to fall back on. There was no dole, no government support, no friends really. If he didn't get work and make money and find us accommodation, then the family wasn't going to do well at all. So he was under a lot of pressure to make this a success and establish our family in this wonderful country. And I have to say, the bringing me to Australia in 1965 was one of the very great gifts that my family gave me. It's been fabulous.